You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I've got your weekly spoilers for July 28th through August 1st. Nick and Sharon are going to kiss, and that reunion is on, but they hit a roadblock almost right away. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. On Monday, July 28th, season 52, episode 205 of Y&R, we have the guard telling Cane that Nick and Sharon escaped from the storage room, and Cane asks the guard to go find Nick. Victor and Chance are eavesdropping, and then Victor hustles off to also go look for Nick. Meanwhile, Carter is crying to Cane about Damien ruining what would have been a beautiful Cane and Lily reunion that he was trying to make happen for his boss, and Carter wants Cane to let him get away. But instead, Cane offers for Amanda to represent him against the criminal charges, and then Chance steps out of hiding where he was behind the maze wall, also eavesdropping, and Carter thinks Cane set him up. Carter reveals that he drugged the booze and he stabbed Damien to help his boss, but Cane didn't want help like this. Lily happens to walk up, because of course, and Carter grabs her on Monday to use her as a human shield and holds a gun on her, and Chance tells him, "You can't get away." Carter feels like Cane is turning his back on him, and he's been so devoted to him. And then Carter drags Lily away from them at gunpoint. Meanwhile, Nikki is ready to sign over Chancellor for Nick's freedom and tells Amanda she wants to see him first. But when they get to the storage room, he's gone and there's blood everywhere. Nikki's furious. She won't sign the papers with Amanda. And we have Billy, Sharon, and Sally walking an injured Nick over and getting him settled in the club car. On the plus side, Joshua Morrow remains shirtless for all of these scenes. To me, he's the best eye candy on Y&R, him and Mark Grossman. So Sally says she can hike down to get medical attention for Nick, and she takes off despite protest. Victor enters, blames everything on Cane, makes threats, usual. Victor's vowing to make Cane pay. Nick says, just don't do anything insane, all right? Sally comes back and says the tracks are clear, and they have been for days. Billy finds Nikki and Lauren and updates them on Nick being okay but injured, and Billy tells Amanda that Nick was sliced open and that Victor is going to destroy Cane for this. Billy also bumps into Lily and Carter, and she says that Carter killed Damien. So just happenstance, and he runs into the killer. Billy tries to get Carter to calm down. Chance and Cane come up. They're all circling him. Carter's not going to release Lily, but then Cane offers to take her place as a hostage. Carter is pointing his gun at Cane, saying he has nothing to live for since Lily rejected him anyway. And then Chance plays hero. He wrestles Carter for the gun, but Chance is shot and killed. Carter runs off and shoots himself in the maze. So as we predicted, both Carter and Chance wind up dead along with poor Damien. So Cane has Amanda turn off this cell phone jamming equipment he has. She calls the local cops. Jack chews out Cane and says him playing God got 3 people killed. Jack says that Chance dying will destroy Nina and Jill. And Lily tells Cane she's sorry that she thought he killed Damien. Billy suggests that Cane ditch his plan about moving back to Genoa City since everybody there really dislikes him. He tells Billy they can talk about the Abbott.com investment/buyout once they're both back in GC. He's not giving up on the plan. Cane vows to Amanda he's also not going to give up on Lily. Phyllis shows up and Billy says Cane's plan ended so badly, and Billy asks Phyllis to help him get Chancellor back. And Victor calls Adam and says, send a helicopter and get us out of here. And Nick tells Sharon it's just a scratch, no big deal. And they kiss. On Tuesday, July 29th, it's season 52, episode 206 of Young and the Restless. Phyllis and Billy put themselves in a position to defend Cane. And obviously, Phyllis and Billy still both want to work with him. She wants a job. Billy wants Chancellor. Now he's got Phyllis excited about being at Chancellor with him, which is kind of messy because he's going to let Sally have Abbott come and then work day to day with Phyllis, his ex? I mean, it's not a good plan. It's a very Billy plan, but it's not a good plan. Things get dangerous for Kyle and Audra during their power struggle, and I wonder if this is physically or emotionally, because if they blow up bombshells, they both could lose their partners, because Kyle making out with Audra isn't something he had to do to confront her, and Audra could definitely twist that around to hurt Claire and drive them apart. Lily notifies Nate about Damien's death, and of course he's going to be crushed that the brother he just found out about is already gone from his life so quickly. Wednesday, July 30th is episode 207 of the current season. We've got Cane learning a hard lesson from Victor on Young and the Restless, so he may think he has a foolproof plan to keep Chancellor out of Cane's hands. I mean, goodness, if Nick had stayed put for just a second more, Nikki would have signed the company over to him. Amanda was so close to getting it. And speaking of siblings, Victoria and Adam make peace, and it looks like their days of being at odds and being bickering siblings are officially over. I do think it was the whole everybody else being gone and, you know, her losing Cole and all that, but I am enjoying this new vibe between them. Amy gets bad news from Nate. Obviously, she's going to find out that Damien has died and she is going to be devastated. I mean, she's still going through cancer recovery. This kind of stress cannot be good for Amy. Thursday, July 31st is episode 208 of season 52 of Young and the Restless, and Victor brings the family together. Looks like everybody's finally back in GC. Hopefully Nick has gotten properly stitched up. I love that Sally literally salted his wound. You heard that saying, salt the wound, you know, because it hurts, but she did the right thing. Plus, Jack and Diane are worried about Kyle now that they're back home, and they may fear he's going back down a dark path because of Audra and Victor. Obviously, Kyle's going to find out that Claire's father died while he's gone. He's going to be very upset, and I'm sure he's going to tell her at some point about the Audra thing, but while Claire's grieving might not be a good idea, but if he doesn't tell her right away and she hears it from somebody else, it could really mess up their relationship. Nick and Sharon run into a complication already. Finally, they got one kiss. They better not derail this reunion right before it really starts getting some momentum. Friday, August 1st is season 52, episode 209 of Young and the Restless, and Jack sacrifices something for Billy. Might be his peace of mind, or it could just be the money for Abbott.com. Jack may just decide he doesn't want to fight with Billy. He can afford it. He's going to let him have the money. Jack's also been considering cutting Billy out of his life for his own good, so I'm interested to see if he goes through with that. Daniel is quite skeptical of Phyllis's latest plan. Remember, she left town talking about Dumas, and she's come back talking about Cane, one and the same. Daniel is not going to want to hear that she's conspiring with Billy again. And Tessa gets help from a new friend. That new friend, I believe, is Daniel, and he may be helping her out with her daughter, which is not a very good thing for Mariah. No, Connor Floyd has officially exited. Chancellor is dead. You can catch Connor over on Days of Our Lives as Chad DeMera starting in 2026. I do hope we get a proper funeral for Chance. I mean, he is part of a Genoa City legacy family. He deserves a decent send-off, with Jill coming back, with Nina coming back, and if they don't do that, it's going to be a huge letdown.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.